Guess what? I've decided I'm going to keep the baby. It's going to be terrific.
But do I use
No, I've decided it's mine, Lizzie. It's ours. Hey? Well, I've done a lot of thinking, and I reckon I've got a lot to live for now. We both have, you and me. Oh, who cares about the others? We've always got each other, haven't we?
Oh,
let the others come and go. There'll always be the two of us, I reckon.
I reckon now might be going to be the three of us.
Yeah, and we'll look after it together. Oh, it's going to be terrific, Lizzie.
Terrific. It's going to be fan-bloody-tastic. Oh.
Listen,
Watch it.
I just thought you might be interested.
In what?
I want to make a deal with you.
No deals.
Hang on. You haven't heard me out.
All right, I'm listening. But make it quick.
We both have something in common.
I doubt that.
B. Smith. All I need is a little help from you. The way I see it, I'll be here for a while. A couple of years at least, with good behaviour and all that thrown in.
If you're looking for remissions, White, I suggest you stop this conversation now or change the subject.
Miss Bennet, I am merely indicating to you that I have learned my lesson and wish to cooperate fully. No one can fight the authorities.
Just remember that, White. We can make your life in here very difficult.
I know. And that's why you will have my full cooperation in every way.
Your cooperation is not something you decide to offer. It's expected of you, all of you.
But not all of us give it.
True. Some of the women seem to be confused on what constitutes cooperation and what is lagging. And I think you know what happens to laggers.
I've been told. But surely, cooperation of one kind deserves cooperation of another.
If you're talking about protection, you can forget it. In here, you have to learn how to protect yourself.
I will.
Good. Well, you can start by making up your bed.
Certainly. Cooperation all the way down the line.
You've got 5 minutes.
Go easy, Doreen. That's 3 packets since lunch.
Oh, leave her alone, B. She's eating for 2, you know.
I don't give a damn about that. I don't care how fat she gets, but if she's going to eat like a pig, she'd at least keep the pig pen clean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You wouldn't treat your own home like that, would you? Or would you?
Of course I wouldn't. My home's going to be spotless.
You got anybody in there looking after it for you?
No, it's empty now.
You're an idiot. You could be making 70, 80 bucks a week for it.
Money isn't everything, Margot.
Not to you, maybe.
We got all the money we need, haven't we, Dor?
Yeah, I own the house and I've got lots of cash in the bank from my mum's will and from that painting I sold to... What was his name?
David Austin.
Oh, yeah. 1,500 bucks.
And I got plenty of money left over from me compo.
I thought that all went on your grandkids' operation.
Not all of it. God, there was over 40,000.
Wouldn't fancy investing a couple of dollars, would you?
No, that money's all for our baby, isn't it, love?
Yeah, well, I reckon you ought to spread it round a bit.
You can drop on your head, Margot. That's my money and I know what I'm going to do with it.
Good on you, Lizzie. Margot will con her own mother out of her pension check.
Yeah, well, I can't wait to get out of here and start redecorating.
You still going to use that back room for a nursery?
Yeah, I thought so, because it gets plenty of sunlight and fresh air.
How'd you go? What's this?
It's all I could get, Margot.
Oh, jeez, what are you?
Look, all of them are broke. Well, almost all. And those that have got a bit of hanging on to it.
It's your job to get them to bed. Your commission. Hardly worth the trouble, is it?
Not really, but...
Yeah, well, I might as well hang on to it then. And if you want to stay employed, you get your backside into gear and start taking bets.
I'll try.
Do it. Did you collect any debts?
No, I told you, they're all broke.
Bull, they're broke. You go right back and get them to pay up now.
Oh, what if they won't cough up?
You get heavy with them.
$5 years. 5 bloody years.
Well, that's not too bad for a beginner. But it's not quite good enough. Do it again.
Is this all part of the initiation ceremony?
It's part of learning to do things right. Something you'll get used to in time. And who knows, if you keep yourself busy enough, you might forget about playing cards and betting on the horses.
Betting on horses in Wentworth? Such goings on.
Come off it, White. I know it's been going on, and so do you. But believe me, it's coming to...
Don't you give me that crap. You and your mates trying to get drugs in here through you, aren't they? I don't like to understand.
Yeah, okay.
Quick, give me your fags, quick. And don't come and bump off my fags again.
What's all the noise about? What's your problem?
Oh, I was just trying to nick my fags, that's all.
I asked her, Smith.
Well, why bother? She'll give the same answer I did.
Stay out of it, Smith. Did she threaten you, Adams?
No, Miss Bennett. I just ran out of fags, that's all.
There you are, Miss Bennett. Problem solved. And we're mates again.
Yes. One of these days, your mates are going to shop you. And I'm going to be around to make sure you get what's coming to you.
Oh, now that smacks of victimization, Miss Bennett.
And you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? Now get going.
She's a hard case.
She'll break one day. Sooner or later, somebody will shop her. And then you'll see what happens to hard cases.
Miss Bennett, are you suggesting I spy on her?
Just a bit of friendly advice, White. Now get back to your cell and finish cleaning it up.
Good, Lizzie, you must be getting weak in your old age. Bed socks and a hot water bottle.
Oh, the hot water bottle's for Dor. I'll go look after me little grandchild.
Oh, bloody marvellous, isn't it? Call yourself grandmother to 2 kids and you're not even related to one of them.
What's eating you, Bee?
Nothing.
Oh, you could have fooled me. Sure you're not jealous or something?
Jealous of what?
I don't know. Me and Dor and the baby?
Oh, knock it off, Lizzie.
What?
Well, all this talk about you and me and the baby and getting out, we're sorry, Bee. We just got a bit carried away.
Ah, forget it. My own bloody fault anyway. Just because I'm stuck in here for the next 10 years doesn't mean the rest of the world has to come to a standstill.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bee.
I said forget it.
No. We've both been a couple of thoughtless idiots.
Oh, good night, ladies.
Good night, Mr. J.
I said forget it, Lizzie. Listen, what are you two going to do with all that dough?
Don't know. I reckon we might invest most of it.
Yeah, what in?
Don't know yet.
Yeah. I reckon it'd be a good idea to ask Mrs. Davidson what we should do with it.
Yeah, I suppose she'd know the right people to talk to.
I'll speak to her first thing in the morning.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hurry up, Bee, and get the steam going. It's like a bloody refrigerator in
Yeah,
here.
well, if you move around a bit and do some work, you'll soon warm up.
Too much blood in the alcohol stream, Lizzie.
I hope that wasn't meant for me.
Oh, of course not, Miss Bennett. You've got a big fat one.
What was that?
Oh, nothing, Miss Bennett. I just said it was meant for that one.
All right.
She's not going to be working in here, is she?
Yes, she is, Smith. Burns, I'm assigning you to show her the ropes.
What's she going to do, Miss Bennett? There's hardly enough work in here to keep us regulars going as it is.
Find something or invent something.
Maybe we could shove her in one of the washing machines and see if she came out whiter than white.
All right, that's enough of that. Burns, I've assigned you to look after White. Do it.
Well, I suppose she could always start with these.
Oh, what are you doing in here?
Bennett, I think Mrs. Jackson's looking for you.
What do you mean you think?
Well, when I saw her on the top floor just a while ago, she asked me if I'd seen you, I think.
Where is she now?
Reception.
Yes. You think.
Margot, can I have my money now, please? Danny's coming to visit. And
What money?
You know, my commission.
Yesterday you said it wasn't worth worrying about.
Oh, yeah, I know, but...
Give her her money, Margot.
This is between me and Linda, B.
How much she owe you?
Not much.
I'll say it's not much. I owe you
Shut
bugger
up.
all.
How much?
$4.75.
Give it to her.
One of these days, someone's going to haul off and flatten her.
Well, maybe. But it isn't going to be you.
Do you want to try me?
In the immortal words of Lizzie Birdsworth.
And you'll have to sign here for young Danny.
Right.
You wanted to see me, Mrs. Jackson?
Oh, I was just about to send for someone. These people want to see Jones.
Well, it was Jones who said you wanted to see me.
Must be clairvoyant. Could you bring her out to the garden? I'll look after these people.
Yes, right away.
I know she takes the welfare check, but you are getting enough to eat, though.
Oh, yeah, but...
But what?
Well, I just don't think she wants me around there, pushing me around and picking on me all the time.
She doesn't hit you, does she?
Well, she clipped me under the ear last week.
Why?
Oh, I guess I asked for it, really.
Is that the only time she's hit you?
Yeah, just the once.
Well, you better not do it again. Here.
No,
Take this.
You keep it, Mum. If she finds it, she'll take it off me.
Hide it.
All right, I'll put it with my paper round money.
Good. Oh, we'd better make a move. Visiting time's almost up.
Oh, Mum.
You don't like it much, do you? Staying with Auntie Sheila?
No, I hate it.
It's not for much longer. Another month and we'll be walking out that gate together.
Just a minute, White. Not you, Burns. On your way. How are you getting on in the laundry?
All right so far.
No trouble with the other women? B. Smith, for example?
Queen Bee. She's gutless.
Oh. What makes you say that?
Well, Miss Bennett, it's probably against the rules, but I deliberately tried to provoke her into a fight. She backed down.
I'm not surprised. She's not going to fall for that. The only time I've seen Smith lash out was when she was made to look a fool in front of the other women. The usual result is that she ends up in solitary. By the way, it is against the rules to deliberately provoke a fight. So you won't try that again, will you?
No, Miss Bennett.
Now get off to work. Well, now, Mrs. Jones, did you enjoy your visit with your son?
Yes, Miss Bennett.
What's all this nonsense about Mrs. Jackson wanting to see me earlier on?
Well, I thought that...
You thought? Mrs. Jackson, did you ask to see me earlier? Before I met you in the reception area?
No. No, I didn't.
Oh, but I thought...
We know what you thought. You thought you could make me look a fool in front of the other women.
No,
And if you ever try a stunt like that again, so help me, I'll see to it that your visiting rights are cut off. And you might even find yourself a visitor of Her Majesty for a lot longer than you thought.
Yes, Miss Bennett.
That's all.
Come along.
You give it to me, you little liar. I saw her slip it to you. Give it to me.
She gave it to me. It's mine.
Danny! Danny! Danny, you come back here!
Hey, what's wrong with her?
She's just a bit upset. She'll be all right in a minute.
Well, she had a visit from her son, didn't she?
It had nothing to do with his visit. She'll be all right. All right, ladies, buy-ups in 5 minutes.
Okay, thanks, Mrs. J. Hey, what's up, love?
Vera Bennett.
Oh, yeah, what's she been at?
Well, when I told her that Mrs. Jackson wanted to see her a while ago, I lied.
Yeah?
And she just blasted me and said she'd cut off my visits and make me stay here longer.
Come on. It's not as bad as all that. Now, for a start, don't worry about what she says she's going to do. That sort of thing comes from Mrs. Davidson, not Vera bloody Bennett. Okay? I suppose you had to get her out of the room while you got your money out of Margot.
Yeah, I wanted to give it to Danny. You see,
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, look, what's done is done. But next time you want the screws out of the way, you tell me, and I'll fix it, okay? And the next time Gaffney holds out on you, I'll fix that as well.
Now listen here, Bloodnut.
What did you just call me?
I said Bloodnut. That's twice today.
Well, no one calls me Bloodnut.
I'll call you what I bloody well like.
Scrawny imitator.
Hey, pull your head in.
You know, what?
We're back.
Well, I can see that, can't I?
Yeah, well, have you got anything else that's ready to go?
Yeah, but it'll have to wait until after buy-up.
Oh, great. I'm starving. Oh, Lizzie, I've got all I need, honest.
Rubbish. You've got to look after yourself. I've ordered it and you're going to eat it.
Oh, Lizzie. Thanks, Mrs. Jackson.
Yes, well, don't eat it all at once, Doreen.
No, Mrs.
Well, if
J.
she does, I've got plenty more.
Lizzie, if I put on weight now...
Get a move on up the front.
Mrs. Jackson, do you reckon I'll get my woolen needles at the next buy-up?
I'll let you know, Doreen.
Thanks.
Hey, Doreen. What was all that wink, wink, nudge, nudge stuff in the laundry?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I reckon Kay White and Vera got something going.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, see, Vera stopped us in the corridor a little while ago. Then she told me to shove off, and her and Kay stayed back chatting.
What about?
Well, I don't know that for sure neither, but I know your name was mentioned. So when we got back to the laundry and I saw you having a go at Margot, I thought...
Yeah, thanks. You did the right thing. I wonder what she's up to.
You covering the Yarra Glen races today?
Could be. You want to lay a bet?
Might do.
Last I heard, you didn't have anything to bet with.
Well, I have now.
That's what you think. Cash on the knocker, kiddo.
I thought cigarettes were as good as money.
How many you got?
5 packs.
Oh, that's, about $2.
Oh, you rotten little rip-off.
See that? I mightn't even have to raise a finger.
Yeah.
Looks like something's ready to blow.
Serves him right if he does, Miss T. Running off like that. Probably come back if he gets hungry enough. Ungrateful. Ungrateful, that's what he is. Wait till his mother gets out of prison. So, that's where you've been hiding. Come on. Let's go inside. No more of your nonsense.
reckon I'm more excited about the baby than she is.
Anyone would think she hadn't had any kids of her own.
Well, I didn't really. Not all the way through. They was grown up while I was stuck in here.
What about their father, Lizzie?
Yeah, what about him, the rotten bludger?
And it looks like we're all in the same boat. All women and kids, but no men.
Yeah, women and children last.
It's not easy. Believe me, it's been a struggle for me and Danny.
You're getting there, though, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Slowly.
Bloody men. Sometimes wish my old man had left Debbie and me. Reckon it would have been better off in the long run.
Do you think that would have kept your daughter away from drugs? Not having a father around?
But don't worry, Doreen. Like Linda says, you'll get there.
Oh, she was into drugs, wasn't she, Bea?
You'll be in this place 5 minutes. You think you know everything.
Well, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. It's just that's what I was told.
You've been checking up on me or something.
No. It's just that I like to find out all I can about people who interest me.
Well, then get interested in someone else.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news flash. A young woman has been arrested at Melbourne International Airport while attempting to enter Australia with a quantity of illegal drugs. No names have been released, but it is believed that the woman is a resident of Melbourne and is in her early 20s. The woman was arrested by customs officers who immediately contacted the Victoria Police Drug Squad. No official details are available to date. However, unofficial sources claim that the drug haul could have a street value in excess of $200,000.
Oh, it's everywhere, isn't it? What do you think she'll get, Bea? 10, 20 years? You're the expert, aren't you?
I wouldn't have a clue, but she just better pray she doesn't end up in here. No, you get off my back.
I'm not on your back, dear. It's the chip on your shoulder.
All right, dear. You want to play funny buggers? Okay, just so we know. Two can play at that.
Touchy, isn't she? Sorry.
I was miles away.
What's what you doing?
I said I'm sorry.
Bloody idiot! Look what you've done! What is this? Get Kay White there or something!
Come on, Bludger's got no idea. Come on, sit over here. I'll get you a fresh bowl.
Bitches.
I'm awfully sorry. I didn't realise you were going to sit there.
I think this has gone just about far enough. And I just know who set it up.
Oh, me, I'm over here getting you a
White.
fresh bowl of...
What happened?
Just a little accident, Miss Bennett.
The governor wants to see you in her office. Now. Get that mess cleaned up.
I think that's round one to us, ladies.
Well, to use the prison idiom, wife, they really did a job on you, didn't they?
It was quite deliberate.
Difficult to prove. I sent for you this morning to warn you that unless you changed your attitude, something like this could happen.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, I think that you do. You've already proved yourself violent when things didn't go your way.
Have I?
Yes, you have. And this is a warning from the women to say that they will not stand for it. Nor, might I add, will I.
Are you suggesting that this was all my fault, that I brought it on myself?
Yes, I am, and don't raise your voice to me.
And what do you intend doing about it?
I shall make sure you're issued with a fresh uniform.
Fine. Thank you very much.
And then I want you to drop the whole matter.
Why should I?
Because I am instructing you to do so. More for your own good than for anything else. Ever since you arrived here, there has been animosity shown towards you from the other women.
Because they blame me for the factory closure.
Precisely.
That wasn't my fault.
Agreed. But then you didn't use your energies in convincing them of that. Instead, you chose to add fuel to the fire by behaving aggressively. And this is the result. And I assure you that next time it will not be a plateful of hot food.
There won't be a next time.
Oh, yes, there will be, unless you tread very carefully. And believe me, I shall be watching you closely to ensure that you do. Miss Bennet?
Yes?
Take her away and get her a change of uniform on the way.
Right. Oh, come off it, Doreen. You can't call a kid that.
What's wrong with Lance? I reckon Lance Burns sounds real good.
Gore, with a name like that'll be fighting bullies up his whole school. Oh, hi, Mrs. J. Oh, how's Kay White? Did you hear what happened?
Yes, I heard.
You wouldn't believe all those accidents happening at once, would you?
No, as a matter of fact, I wouldn't believe it. Doreen,
Yes, Miss Jackson?
have you got that list of wool and needles that you want?
Yeah, it's back in my cell.
Will you go and get it, and then you can sign the paper so I can get the money out of the bank account for you?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hang on, Dor. Don't forget what we was talking about last night, you know, the money and the investments and that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what's all this about?
Oh, well, Lizzie and me, we thought we might like to invest some of our money, but we don't know how to go about it.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
We thought you might speak to Mrs. Davidson and she might help us to organise it.
Yeah, we would have asked Paul Reed if he'd still been here.
All right, I'll see what I can do then. Come along. You all right?
Yes, thank you. And don't tell me to tread carefully. I've already had that lecture from Mrs. Davidson. Well, here we are again. Lizzie? Ladies? Hello, Mass. I see. Like that, is it? Big Mama over there's given the order and you all do exactly as she says. And why? Because you're gutless. All of you. Gutless!
Fine. We'll wait for her. Mrs. Jackson's on her way. We'll start the meeting when she gets here.
It seems a bit odd having a classification meeting without a social worker present.
We'll get through the business a lot quicker without their inane interruptions.
Interruptions, perhaps, but I always found them quite valid. With the exception, of course, of Miss Forster, who virtually added nothing at all.
Well, she wasn't given much of a chance, was she?
Oh, we're not back on that hobby horse again.
No, you already know my feelings on that subject.
Sorry to hold you up.
Oh, it's quite all right, Mrs. Jackson. Have you any problems?
No, not really. Oh, but while I think of it, Lizzie and Doreen want to see you. They want some advice on investing some of their money.
Well, that's very sensible. I'll try to see them later. Now then. Erica Davidson? Yes? Oh, yes, I saw something about that on television last night. Has she? Yes, well, thank you for informing us. Goodbye. A young woman was charged last night on drug offences.
Yes, I saw it on the news.
Her name's Tracy Morris. She'll be held here at Wentworth pending her trial.
Well, when can we expect it?
Oh, in about an hour. Could you be there to put her through admission?
Yes, certainly.
Now, some of the women probably saw that news flash, so they'll be putting two and two together.
And coming up with more trouble for us.
Yeah, we know where that trouble's going to come from, don't we? 1B Smith.
Yes, indeed. Morris will have to be warned about Smith. I'd like to see her as soon as she's put through.
Hi.
How's it going?
Okay, so far. We haven't met, have we?
No, I don't think so. How long you been in?
Too long.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Anyway, I'm Phyllis.
Nice to meet you, Phyllis. I'm Kay. Kay White?
Oh.
Oh, I see. She's got to you, too. Well, what do I have to do to get someone to talk to me around here? Can't offer you money, can I? Well, what about cigarettes? I got a couple of spare packs. No? Well, how's about drugs? Yeah. You say, hello, Kay, and I'll get you drugs. How does that sound?
Hello, Kay.
My. What a breakthrough.
Look, I spoke to her, didn't I? Now, where's the dough?
Well, don't have it on me. I tell you what. You know what the score is in here. I need friends. You back me up when the time comes, and I'll get you supplies.
I want to see the supplies first. Get lost.
Yeah, well, I'll catch up with you later. Checking up on the troops, Bea? What's the matter? Don't you trust them?
She's in Coventry, or didn't you get the message?
Yes, I know, and as soon as I realised who she was, I sent her back there.
What was all that about drugs?
Well, she reckons she's got a supply, but I was only egging her on to find out some information to pass on to you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, honest, Bea.
Well, I reckon that's a load of bull. I don't think she has got any drugs. So you just stick with what I say. She's in Coventry and she stays there. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Tracy Morris, you've been charged with the importation and possession of an illegal drug with intent to traffic.
No, that's not true.
You're to be detained until a time has been set down for your trial. Do you wish to make a phone call or send a telegram, the cost of which must be borne by yourself?
No.
Right. Now, if you go behind that partition there, you'll find a towel and some soap. Take a shower, then wait for one of the female members of staff to come and collect you. Then the governor wants to see you.
All right, Morris, you have been charged with certain drug offences.
It's a mistake. They've made a mistake.
That will be for the court to decide. And since you will be with us until your trial, there are one or two things I feel I should bring to your attention. Apart from the usual routine matters, which Mrs. Jackson will tell you later, there are certain behavioural attitudes which I feel I should tell you about. No doubt you have heard of the old adage, honour among thieves. Well?
Yes.
Fine. Then I feel I should tell you that this attitude exists at Wentworth. You will find that the women here think nothing of accepting a thief, prostitute, or even a murderess as one of them. However, there is one inmate, B. Smith, who has already caused quite a bit of trouble for drug offenders. So I would advise you to be extremely careful.
No!
You can put your blankets down there. Calm down. It's only the lunch bell. You better get used to it. We've got bells for everything here. Meal times, bedtime, work time. Oh, by the way, you're not required to work unless you want to.
Work? No.
We do have a recreation room where you can read or write. I'll show it to you later. Tracy, I know you must feel very strange here, but it's no good fighting it. Right or wrong, you're here and you've got to live with it. Now what you've got to do is concentrate on your trial and forget everything else. All right?
But what about what Mrs. Davidson said about that other prisoner?
Smith, you leave her to us. Believe it or not, we are here to help you. Now come and have some lunch. Ladies, may I have your attention, please? We have a new inmate. Her name is Tracy, and she's on remand pending her trial. What's she charged with? Now, you know better than that, Hunt. Whatever she's charged with is strictly between her and her legal advisors. Where's Kay White?
Oh, I don't think she's feeling well, Mrs. Jackson.
All right, what's wrong with her?
Probably had too much porridge for breakfast.
You can see it all over her face.
All right. Settle down. Oh, Mrs. Davidson will see you and Doreen straight after lunch.
Time, Mrs. J.
Do you mind if I sit here?
Go for yourself. I'm Judy Bryant.
Hi. Which one's B. Smith?
Heard of B already, have you?
Yes, well, the governor told me I should be on the lookout for her.
Really? Tell me something. You're the girl that was caught on that drug charge? Well, I won't bore you with the details. It's just that B. Smith hates drugs and drug pushers. See, a long time ago, her kid got mixed up with drugs and it got messy. The kid died. That's B. Smith over there.
Looks like I've been sentenced already.
Take it easy. She's only guessing. Anyway, aren't you innocent until proven guilty?
I'm innocent no matter what they think.
Oh? The way I heard it, you were caught with the merchandise.
Believe me, I had no idea it was heroin. He told me I was bringing some gold.
Well, you'll have to convince the courts of that, won't you? Who's he?
Just a friend.
Did you tell the police about him?
No.
Why not?
If I tell the police, they'll... No, I just have to beat it some other way.
Good luck.
Are you all right there, what?
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, I don't know. I've got this terrible pain in my stomach.
When did this come on?
Oh, it started just before the lunch belt went.
So there you are.
Yeah, she's complaining of stomach pains.
Doesn't appear to have a temperature. You better let the nurse check her just in case.
Thanks, Mrs. Jackson.
Well, that's normal. How long did you say you've been in Wentworth?
A couple of weeks.
And do you take any contraceptive pill?
Well, I did. There doesn't seem to be much point in here.
Quite. And you're not due until the 14th.
That's right.
Well, you may have upset your hormonal balance by going off the pill. I'll give you some painkillers for now. And if the condition persists, you better come back and see me tomorrow and I'll arrange for you to see a doctor.
May I get up now?
Well, you can't spend the day there, can you?
No, I suppose not.
Right, there you are. I'll get Mr. Fletcher to take you back. And you better lie down for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Mr. Fletcher?
I must say I am most impressed with both your attitudes. Now, have you any idea how you would like to invest your money?
Well, I've been watching the papers a lot lately, Mrs. Davidson, and I thought we might buy a block of flats or something. There's one right near Dora's house. The rent's come to $11,000. That should be enough for Dora and me and the baby, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
Now, hold on a moment, Lizzie. Let's just work this out. How much liquidity do you have between you?
Liquidity? What's that?
Mrs. Davidson means just how much ready cash do you have available?
Oh, about 15,000.
15,000, less agents and legal costs, let's say about 3,000. That leaves you with $12,000 deposit. Now, the total price of the flats is $111,000, which means you still have $99,000 to borrow.
Oh, well, we can borrow that from the bank, couldn't we?
Perhaps. Now, 99,000 at about 11.5% interest, that's $11,385 per year interest only, and that leaves you owing about $300 after you've collected the rents, and nothing to cover the maintenance of the flats. It's not really a very good investment, is it?
No. No, it ain't.
Look, I think the best thing for you to do is to get in touch with a reputable stockbroker and let him advise you on a parcel of shares. Won't bring you $11,000 a year, but on the other hand, it won't cost you anything.
Yeah, well, who do we see then?
Well, leave it with me. I think I know someone who can help you out.
Yeah. All right, Mrs. Davidson, anything you say.
Fine, I'll keep you posted. Mrs. Jackson?
Make way for the financial wizards.
Well, I thought it was a good idea anyway.
Hi. You're Mouse, aren't you? Hang on, hang on. I know you've been told not to talk to me. That doesn't stop you from listening, does it? Good. You know, you're looking a bit down in the mouth. How would you like something to lift your day?
Like what?
That's loosened your tongue a bit.
Okay, so my tongue's working. What have you got?
Methos.
How many?
A few.
How much?
$1 each sound reasonable?
Give me $5 worth.
Give me $5 first.
It's in the cell.
That's okay. I'll be here when you get back.
Scavenger.
Now, to give my day a lift with a small wager.
What's this, for heaven's sake?
It's a playpen. It's to keep the baby in, stop him crawling around and getting into things he's not supposed to.
No way.
What?
Our baby's not going to have one of those. It'd be like putting the poor little bugger in the pound.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Lizzie.
Our little one's going to be free to move wherever he likes. No bars, no padlocks, no nothing.
Go on in. It's all right.
You look at that. A dope pusher being pushed in by a dope.
Knock it off, Bea.
Knock what off?
I'm not a dope pusher.
Will you leave her alone,
Don't
Bea?
tell me you've fallen for that. I was set up, crap. They all say that.
Yes, sure they do. But sometimes they're right, aren't they? You ought to know that your own daughter was...
You leave my daughter out of this.
Yeah, okay, I'll leave your daughter out of this, but you leave her alone.
All right, I'll leave her alone for now. But if any dope gets in here, I'll know who brought it in.
You won't know anything. You'll be guessing, and chances are you'll be wrong. Hi. You want to read something? Why don't you watch the telly? I'm
Hey,
not
you
sure
lot,
what's
there's
going
something wrong with Mouse.
What is it?
Well, she looks
What's
awful
wrong?
and she's running around like nobody owns her. Better come and have a look at her.
Okay. This what you're looking for?
Come back, please.
Oh, certainly. There you go.
Where's my money?
Your money.
I earned it.
Well, you earned your keep, my lad. That's what you earned.
You can't take my money. It's for me and Mum when she gets out of Wentworth. You get the welfare checks.
That pittance, that wouldn't even keep you in biscuits. Don't you dare.
I want my money back.
Yeah, well, you'll get a bloody good hiding, young lad. That's what you'll get.
Give me back my money.
Yes. Well, you just go to your room now, and there'll be no football for you today either. Go. Oh, I'm going to get funny. Go on, you rotten-headed sod.
Someone's going to pay for this.
Hello, Bea. Oh, what are you doing here?
Trying to get some of this stuff out of your system.
Oh, don't do that, Bea.
Come on, walk, will you?
I'm all right. Honest, I'm all right. You want to try some? Kay's got a whole bottle full of them.
Walk, bugger, you, will you? Walk! Come on. Lizzie, you and Doreen get some black coffee and pour it down her throat, and if she throws it up, pour some more down her.
Righto, Bea, come on, Dora.
Okay, the rest of you, look, you're going to have to cover for Mouse. She's almost coming out of it now, but if the screws come in here, don't let them talk to her, whatever you do. Have you got that?
Yeah.
What if they want to know what's wrong with her, Bea?
Oh, tell her she's had a dizzy spell, anything. Whatever you do, don't let them take her to the infirmary.
Right.
I'm sorry, Bea.
Yeah, Mouse, forget it.
No, really, I'm sorry. But,
Not half as sorry as the bitch who gave them to you is gonna be. I want you to pay particular attention to what happens in the next few minutes. Because you are going to learn what happens to dope pushers.
If you tell me what you're looking for, perhaps I can help you.
Doesn't matter. I've got all I need right here. I want you. Now, where would you like me to start, Miss White?